After the attack was successful, I discovered that I was on the wrong mission target. Falling in love with a villain, I had to think of a way to break up with her. I tentatively asked, what if someone betrayed her? She casually threw it into the sea. I was scared, so I had to transform into a clingy person, wanting her to actively kick me. Yet I heard her complaining to someone else, my boyfriend clings to me because he feels insecure. I decided to propose tomorrow. Half a year later, I finally managed to get the female lead in a private room. The light was dim. Lu Nuyen held a cake to wish me a happy birthday. There were cheers around, accompanied by small discussions. This Uncle Dat's luck is also very good. When Miss Lu was injured, she just found out that he picked her up, one step up to heaven, from a poor guy to the boyfriend of the golden young lady of the Lu family. Lu Nuyen bowed her head to look at me, the female protagonist of the novel. She has an extremely beautiful face, long eyelashes forming a shadow, looking both docile and pure. I didn't have time to make a wish, so I quickly leaned down and kissed her. Half a year ago, I got into the novel The Drunk and Dominant President. Following the system's instructions, I found the injured heroine in a small alley near my house. Under my care, she quickly recovered her health. We started dating smoothly. At this important moment, the system, which had been out of contact for a long time, was finally online. Host, I can finally boot up. Wow, the host has completed the task. Now I will calculate the accumulated points for you. However, after a chaotic code, the system's electronic voice carried horror, detected a serious error. Host, you have the wrong person. The smile on my face stiffened. System 888 clearly explained the current situation to me. After passing through the book, the system only told me to go to the alley to pick up people, and then contact was lost. I groped all night before finding Lu Nuyen unconscious. She was beautiful, her legs were long. She immediately knew she was the female lead, picked her up and took such good care of her, but she was the wrong person. I'm devastated. So what to do now? Sorry, host. We still need the heroine's strength to complete the mission. We can only ask you to think of a way to break up with the villain in the novel. Lu Nuyen is a scheming villain with cruel tricks. In short, one sentence, offending her is better than dying. How should I break up? I raised my eyes to look into Lu Nuyen's eyes, only to hear her gently say, make a wish. Whatever you want, I will try my best to make it happen. There was noise all around. No one doubted the words of the eldest lady of the Lu family. Under everyone's admiring eyes, I found it difficult to smile in my heart, screaming strangely, oh my God, I was wrong. Please let me break up with Lu Nuyen. I was filled with hope as I watched the candle go out. The next second, the candle was lit again. After the party, Lu Nuyen and I went home. Tonight, she was especially enthusiastic. Even in the elevator, he gave me a passionate kiss. Lu Nuyen's lips were cold and soft. During the passionate kiss, I was almost suffocated. The system screamed in my ear, host, don't enjoy yourself. We have to break up with her. I tried to retain a bit of reason. Lu Nuyen, I have something to tell you. Tell me. Can you stop now? Because I was so distracted, I said the truth, let's break up. The air immediately condensed. Lu Nuyen's movement stopped. She lowered her eyes to look at me, her black eyes seemed dyed in ink. What did you say? Her voice was very light, her intonation still calm, but it made my heart pound. Is this the oppression of villains? System, I'm scared. I hastily withdrew my separation statement. I feel like you don't like me, so I don't want to like you anymore. Lu Nuyen's cold face softened. She raised her head and continued to kiss me. Thick kisses fell on my eyelids. Why do you think like that? I tried to lead. Our identities are so different. Your feelings for me are most likely just gratitude. You are injured, helpless, and have turned gratitude into love. So please calm down. Lu Nuyen smiled slightly. You didn't say that before. You said that gratitude drips when you repay it, so like a stream, the grace that saves lives must be repaid even more with your body. I really said these nonsense, because I thought clearly, love is fulfillment, letting go. I can't force you. Lu Nuyen didn't answer anymore, pulled me directly into the master bedroom, and pushed me down on the bed. Love is to possess, to destroy, to defy tricks. So you can continue to force me. The burning heat spread from the earlobe to the whole body. Oxygen was robbed. I almost fainted. Only one thought remained in my mind. Who forced who? After finishing, I was so tired that I didn't want to lift a finger. Lu Nuyen kissed my forehead. Don't say goodbye in the future. I could only warmly nod my head. Thinking back to the past, Lu Nuyen would blush when I stole a kiss from her. It's all my fault. I couldn't control myself before. Trick her into bed. Giving up your money and running for someone else is the best policy. Late at night, Lu Nuyen answered the phone and got out of bed. I tiptoed out of the room and heard a voice coming from the stairs. Miss Lu, the traitor has been captured. How to handle it? Lu Nuyen stood on the stairs, leisurely posture, throw into the sea the traitor. Even if I ran to the ends of heaven and earth, it would still be useless. I'm diving into a saucy love novel. The villain has power all over the world, calling the wind and rain, not holding back at all. Is she referring to me? If I kick Lu Nuyen now, what will be the outcome waiting for me? I quickly crawled back into bed. No. I have to think of a way to break up peacefully with Lu Nuyen. It's best to let her dump me. I called the system. What do women hate most about men? Men who are freeloaders, lazy, and materialistic. I nodded then shook my head again. Women don't have to be poor to hate materialistic men. Lu Nuyen's money is too much. I can't use it this way, but I still plan to try, anyway. I've also seen countless questions online saying I can spend her money, but she can't ask for it. So maybe Lu Nuyen also hates the type of person who proactively demands. The thoughts in my head were chaotic. Lu Nuyen returned. Haven't slept yet? What are you thinking? I looked at her with meaningful eyes. Mining plans began. I want to buy a car. Lu Nuyen stopped, but did not give me money, nor did she go shopping with me. Netizens underestimated me. I'm planning to use an excuse to question Lu Nuyen, who doesn't love me and refuses to spend money on me. The next second, the butler walked in leading the director of a luxury car brand. Behind him were more than 10 employees wearing suits. Each person holds a car model. The director smiled respectfully. Have you chosen any model yet? I'm speechless. I don't like this brand. The director smiled, bowed, and left. Just then, another director walked in. The butler introduced, "Don't worry, they're all lined up outside the door. I want to see which brand has it. Could it be that luxury cars Lu Nuyen are so cheap for Lu that she doesn't miss out? I want to buy diamonds. I want to buy a house." After I excitedly threw away money like water while Lu Nuyen remained calm, the Nam's father was a parasite plan was officially declared bankrupt. I was not satisfied and asked, "Do you feel sorry for spending so much money? Do you see that I only like your money?" Lu Nuyen calmly said, "I'm usually busy with work, don't have time to spend money. Luckily, I have you." I was so nervous that I spun around. What to do now? What to do now? The online system that hosts me has found a way to break up safely and without pain or cold violence. That is, always clinging to the other person, making the other person unbearable, and finally achieving the goal of breaking up. Using this method, the other person will only feel that his love is so heavy that it is difficult to breathe, and will not feel betrayed. Just want to stay as far away from him as possible. My eyes lit up. During the next period of time, I surfed the web and looked at a few tutorials on breaking up with cold violence and was satisfied. Let's start with the first step, obstructing the president's work. I insisted on going to work with Lu Nguyen. I stay home every day, I'm really bored, I miss her so much that I can't eat well. Lu Nguyen looked at me. Obviously every day he comes home later than me. During this time, I spent every day as if I were on duty. Every time, Lu Nguyen are busy and come to pick me up after work. Instructions for cold violence, second, cause chaos and cause trouble anytime, anywhere. It's all because you're not with me, so I went shopping to relieve myself. I don't need your dirty money. I need your care and love. If you're not with me, I won't spend another penny of yours in my life. Originally, I was just trying to cause trouble. Seeing that she didn't say anything, I got worried and my heart was pounding. Start thinking again, am I being too unreasonable? What if she skips the parting step and throws me directly into the ocean? My aggression immediately disappeared. However, Lu Nguyen said in an apologetic tone, "Sorry. I'm too busy these days, so I'm with you less." I was stunned when I opened my mouth to speak, because I was so embarrassed that I stammered. I was so fierce just now. Not gentle at all. Do you want to break up and find a more obedient boyfriend? Lu Nguyen frowned. The delicate eyelids slightly lifted, the whole person cold. Why do you mention break up again? The two words break up are Lu Nguyen's emotional work. Just mentioning it makes her collapse, making me immediately realize her identity as the villainous big boss. I'm testing you, don't you realize? If you dare to break up, I will go to your company and put up a banner and post online cursing you for being a bad person. See? This is my perverted and crazy love, are you afraid? However, Lu Nguyen burst out laughing, looking happy and satisfied. Okay, I'll wait for Lu Nguyen. Maybe I didn't realize the seriousness of the problem. I had to increase my strength, I threatened her. So I'll make it clear. I hate the type of people who don't keep their morals the most. If you dare to have an affair, I will break up with you. Text me within 2 minutes and you must answer. If the phone rings 3 times, you must answer the phone. Report your trip once an hour. If I check your phone, all people of the opposite sex you know must have to answer. Report back to me, can you do it? Who wouldn't want to run away overnight after hearing this request? But Lu Nguyen did not hesitate at all. A week later, every 10 minutes, I set an alarm to remind myself to bother Lu Nguyen. Lu Nguyen always responds immediately. Every day, I open my phone and send random messages to Lu Nguyen, tired as if I just finished writing an 800-word essay. As for checking her phone, she put me at the top of her list of notes as her boyfriend, and couldn't find any mistakes to refute. I also flipped through the chat history over and over again. But Lu Nguyen's daily life, other than work and just me, is not at all shady. A few days passed, Lu Nguyen didn't mind, but I was tired to death. If we keep going slowly like that, when will we be able to break up? I have to make a big deal. Early in the morning, I woke up and Lu Nguyen were getting dressed. The system said, "Stop looking, beauty is harmful to people." I felt guilty and turned away. Is it my fault? Who said the old guy ran out of battery and made me find the wrong person? The system is silent. Lu Nuyen bent down and placed a kiss on my eyes as light as a dragonfly gliding through water. Let me give you a quick report. Today I have a lecture at University A from 9 to 10 a.m. I won't be able to reply to your message right away. Very good. I froze as soon as Lu Nuyen left. I immediately jumped up from the bed. If I'm so easygoing, how can I break up? I was fully equipped, wearing a baseball cap and mask, and appeared at the hall. Lu Nuyen sat in the first row, surrounded by famous people in the industry. At a glance, she was the youngest. Several students next to me were all talking about her. I heard the professor say, "This time Sister Lu will donate 5 billion to the school." Disgusting, I was caught. The brightness of wealth dazzles the eyes. If the recruitment is in the fall, I can join your company, which would be good. There's a student playing on the phone. Do successful people also play on the phone? Surely she was looking at financial information, calculating to make Fong T bankrupt. She was actually texting me. Are Lu Nuyen awake yet? This morning I cooked porridge for her. When you wake up, you can eat right away. I deliberately brought Fong from my old home to teach me step by step. This time probably won't be as bad, right? So sad. Want to go home and play games with her. When you wake up, remember to reply to my message right away. Look! I'm sweating profusely. Why does Lu Nuyen talk so much? I haven't brutalized her yet. She's already abused me first. Suddenly, a warm applause rang out in the hall. I raised my head and saw Lu Nuyen walking onto the stage. The assistant reached out to take her phone. Lu Nuyen waved her hand, sent a text message and put the phone in her pocket. My phone vibrated twice. It was my turn. Countdown 60 minutes to answer. Lu Nuyen underestimated his influence. The content of her speech was very profound, and her time control was also very good. But the reporter's interview and interaction with the audience are not decided by her. The students below all raised their hands enthusiastically. The host immediately asked to extend the exchange time. I looked at the clock. It was just past 10 o'clock when I started texting incessantly. I woke up. I still haven't had my porridge yet. As soon as I opened my eyes, I thought of her. Do you remember me? Remember how many times? Is the work done yet? Why don't you reply to my message? Didn't they say they would reply immediately after 10 o'clock? It's been 100 seconds and you still haven't replied to my message. Do you not love me? I hid in the crowd, grinning. See? I'm an unreasonable boyfriend. At this time, the host is interacting with the audience and choosing who to ask questions. Lu Nuyen suddenly spoke up. Can I take a photo with everyone? Below shouted, okay. Lu Nuyen calmly took out her phone and took photos with the audience. A student sitting in the front row asked, Senior sister, are you posting on Weibo? Why don't you send it to your boyfriend? He's testing me. Everyone was excited, not afraid to make a big noise. Wow! The relationship between these two is so good. What are you and your boyfriend talking about? Show us. I shoveled into the chair. The audience just wanted to find a hole to crawl into. Quickly sent 2 more messages. Haha, that's enough for me. I know you must be busy. Am I that kind of unreasonable boyfriend? I'm not like that, so you can answer later. I'm really in no hurry. My vain prayers did not come true. Lu Nuyen bowed her head, quickly scrolled through the voice box, the corner of her mouth slightly raised, looking not only not bothered but also very happy. He's a bit shy so he won't show it to you, but there's a message. I didn't know how to cut my words. I teach you. I'm the dorm's love expert. Yes, A large number of people has great power. Lu Nuyen frowned, reading my last message. It's okay to reply later, don't rush. Does he mean he wants me to answer right away or not to answer at all? The classmates all said in unison, clearly saying the opposite, wanting her to answer right away, right? My phone vibrates non-stop. Lu Nuyen replied to each message in turn, still working. Do you miss me? I miss you so much, love you the most. The words being discussed next to me passed into my ears. I wear clothes in this style, but wait for someone like that for me, this is the retribution I deserve. The country is encouraging birth, giving me a beautiful white person, I am not unable to consider it. Oh my God, look at the announcement in the group, the staff said just now that it was a waste of time. Sister Lu Hawk has prepared gifts for everyone. After finishing, please come and receive according to the registration list. Where did her boyfriend in his previous life burn incense? I also want to go worship, I don't ask for women, I only ask for Tuan's wealth. Amidst the laughter and joy, I was the only one quietly closing my eyes. Without caring about my life or death, I would get sick myself. The story of that day was posted online thanks to Liu's talent, family background, and outstanding appearance. Lu Nuyen. The video quickly became a hot topic. Although it was quickly taken down, it was still spread among the groups of young people. The group chat exploded, everyone tags Lu Nuyen. I've seen it 10 times and still can't believe this is you. We asked you a few questions and you got annoyed, even scolded us and told us to come back and ask for our tuition back. The difference between love and not love is so clear. All those years of admiring you were finally wasted. Tan brother, how pitiful. This sentence was lost among countless messages, but I still saw it. It was just an accident of accidentally picking up Liu's phone, Lu Nuyen's, but he didn't expect to have the most unexpected joy. Dang Tan, this name sounds familiar. The system spoke up, host, I know best that Dang Tan is Lu Nuyen's fiancé. I haven't seen the entire chat history in the group yet, but I'm as anxious to see Liu's answer. Lu Nuyen. I definitely embarrassed her in front of her friends. But unexpectedly Lu Nuyen told them, no, I just feel like I haven't done well enough, making my boyfriend feel insecure. Chat history is filled with question marks. At this time, a dialog box appeared at the top of the screen. Nuyen, I'm about to return home, can we meet? The sender is not Dang Tan. Kim suppressed her excitement. I calmly put down the phone, pretending like I didn't know anything. Lu Nuyen brought in hot milk and went to sleep. She propped her chin up and watched me drink milk, not looking at the phone. I had to proactively suggest, your phone vibrated several times just now. It seems there is an important message, please take a look. Lu Nuyen directly handed the phone to me, please watch it for me. I won't watch it. If I watch it, won't it hinder the two of them from breaking a mirror and making it whole again? I said righteously, don't play on the phone before bed, blue light will affect sleep. Lu Nuyen frowned, Bah Dad, you've been so cold to me lately, weak. Before, he checked my phone an average of 23 times a day. This week there are only 3 times left, but today he didn't check at all. Are you bored, so you want to kick me? When I first met Lu Nuyen, I often forced her to listen to me tell stories before bed. What's going on? Like Trin the Mayan Teep and Kui, I changed them to have tight heads. My warnings are now coming back like a boomerang hitting me. I smiled awkwardly, of course not. I'm just sleepy. Will we definitely check 23 times tomorrow? Not Dang Tan returned home very quickly. At a certain elder's birthday party, he attended dressed neatly. He and Lu Nuyen were surrounded by a crowd. From a distance, even the backs of the two people look very beautiful together. I was left alone, surrounded by sarcastic words. Luckily, Tan Xie returned. These past few days, someone's dancing appearance has been really disgusting. Unfortunately, thousands of stars protect each other is the truth. He and Lu Tu Thursday had an engagement. No matter how tightly he clung to Miss Lu, it was useless. There are real products, who still wants fake products? They are trying to scare me away. And I started happily eating for free. The chef's skills today were amazing, much better than the dishes Lu Nuyen usually makes for me. Is that a miracle? Lu Nuyen's current boyfriend. Not Dang Tan suddenly walked up to me. Lu Nuyen is now my boyfriend. I swallowed the piece of cake, said the prepared line, deliberately provocative. So what? Lu Nuyen loves me very much. She will not break up with me. According to the novels I've read, Not Dang Tan will be very angry at this time, bring up the marriage contract, and ask Lu Nuyen and I to break up. That way I can push the boat along with the water. Don't worry, I'm not here to force you two to break up. Not Dang Tan raised his chin and looked noble. In our world, these things are very normal. I still have the same generosity, but you must clearly understand your status in front of me. You must be respectful. He spoke Chinese, but putting it together it sounded like I didn't understand anything. Did Not Dang Tan really study abroad in the UK? Or was it during the Qing dynasty? What are you talking about? Lu Nuyen stepped forward. Not Dang Tan smiled. We're talking about our engagement. We don't have an engagement, Lu Nuyen interrupted him. When I was young, my elders only joked. It was made clear a long time ago. After speaking, she looked at me. He was just joking, don't mind. Quickly finished explaining, not giving me a chance to act at all. If you have any problem, just ask me directly. Don't be angry in your heart, and don't guess. Not Dang Tan smiled wryly and left angrily. The house was cold and it rained at night. The system suddenly spoke, "Host, I feel the heroine's breath." The system has not been able to use any functions since reconnecting. Every day, in addition to chatting with me, you can only be an alarm clock. This is the first time I heard news about the female lead. Quickly looking, the female protagonist was standing not far away. I squinted my eyes and observed carefully. The figure is not bad, but Lu Nuyen is still taller and has a better figure. The face is fine, but Lu Nuyen's facial features are more delicate, incomparable. Even Lu Nuyen's hair is not as shiny as her. Suddenly my eyes turned dark. Someone raised their hand to cover my eyes. Lu Nuyen said with a sarcastic tone, staring forever, "Are you satisfied?" I felt guilty, blinked, my eyelashes slid across Lu Nuyen's palm. She moved slightly, dissatisfied. If she's not satisfied, she's just an ordinary beauty on the street, nothing special. I don't know what offense she committed against the eldest lady of the Lu family. I said, "Do you often observe other people on the street?" "I've never looked at someone else's boyfriend." Lu Nuyen pulled me to meet my elders. The whole journey I was extremely tense, my heart felt like it was about to jump out of my throat. The system comforted me, "Don't be afraid, host. This is a good opportunity. They will look down on you, humiliate you, you will be in despair, shed tears, forced to leave Lu Nuyen. Stop reading romance novels." Not Dang Tan also sat next to the Lu family members. His phone is playing video. I called constantly during the alumni meeting. Not Dang Tan scoffed, "Men should still have their own lives. If you cling to your girlfriend all day long, it's scary." He provoked me. It seems that Uncle Dat doesn't have a job. Everyone's eyes turned to me. Even though I had just criticized the imaginary system, if my elders all looked down on me, Lu Nuyen would certainly not be able to withstand the pressure. I gritted my teeth and began to embarrass myself. Not only do I have no job now, but I also don't plan to work in the future. I just want to be a rich man and live off my wife. Not Dang Tan boasted, parents are the best teachers of their children. If you are like that, how can you raise the next generation of the Lu family? I follow decaism, don't have children. Having finished speaking, I glanced at Lu Nuyen. The corner of her mouth curled up. And yet you're smiling. But Dad didn't expect you to have such far-reaching plans. I will arrange the marriage immediately. I was dizzy, feeling like I was about to faint. That's not what I meant. I just wanted to say I'm a lazy person and not suitable for marriage. I looked for help at Lu Nuyen. Not Dang Tan's mother is a typical model of a wealthy daughter-in-law. She will definitely stop Lu Nuyen. Unexpectedly, Liu's mother said as quickly as the wind, next year I will go to Europe to expand my market. You two will try to get married in the second half of this year. Lu Nuyen starts preparing to go from today. I'm full of question marks. Why is it different from what I thought? In the Bach bag, Lu Nuyen called the secretary, searching for keywords like wedding dress and jewelry. But I became even more desperate. At first just break up. Now he's running away from the wedding. Nuyen, first, it's not that I don't want to get married. Second, we've only known each other for half a year, isn't that a bit too fast? Not fast, I've been looking forward to this day for a long time. I struggled in despair. So your family has no objections? I won't sign a prenuptial agreement. Divorce means dividing half of your assets. Lu Nuyen pinched my ear. Don't worry, I will solve all the difficulties, you don't need to do anything. Ah, right, there's something I need to do. Lu Nuyen lowered her head. You have to write a review. Today you looked at others for 5 seconds, isn't writing 500 words too much? I twisted my mouth, not much, reasonable. Anyway, the standard I set for her is 3,000 words or more. I sat at my desk, scratching my head and ears. It took 10 minutes to write the title, Summary and Lessons Learned About Making Your Girlfriend Angry. After that, I couldn't write any more words. Looking at Lu Nuyen, who was calling next to me, she secretly took out her phone, intending to go online and copy the article. WeChat pops up a new friend request, saying I'm a table. My hands trembled and I accidentally pressed yes. The next second, a message came from the desk, can we make an appointment? I have something important to tell you. Don't let Lu Nuyen know. I was stunned, holding the phone, not knowing how to react. Now, until Lu Nuyen takes my phone from behind, don't go online and copy anymore. Seeing that she was about to unlock the screen, I immediately rushed forward, hugged her waist, and kissed the corner of her mouth. I've realized the error, can I stop writing? Lu Nuyen frowned. One kiss and you want to deduct 500 meters? Baghdad doesn't do business like that. She hugged me and entered the password on the screen. No way, absolutely can't let her see. The system seemed to see through something, comforting me. It's okay, there is still a world that matches the host's frequency. We still have a chance. The system said, I have a total of 2 chances. Even if this world fails, there is still another chance. But I don't want anyone else's power anymore. Next time we go to a world where we can rely on ourselves and survive. Actually, it's not just because of Lu Nuyen, I'm just tired and disgusted with life having to rely on others like this. The system said, okay, host, don't be afraid. I will be by your side. You can definitely survive. The mission countdown has 1 month left. At that time I will die suddenly and leave this world. A month passed, and Liu's wedding day arrived. Lu Nuyen had planned, which was good. No need to spoil her anymore. I declined Ban Le's invitation. But she directly blocked me at the company. I can help you, Ban La Forest's car is next door. I looked gloomy. I knew the object of your force was me. In the restaurant's private room, Mrs. La stared at my neck, where the red mark from Lu Nuyen's bite last night still remained. Ban Le's face was distorted. It's okay. You're the wrong person. None of this is your fault. I know you don't really like Lu Nuyen. Ban La suddenly wanted to hold my hand. I was scared and pulled back. Ba Dad, I know it may be difficult for you to accept saying that, but we are a couple. We are about to get married. I don't understand why everything is back to the beginning. You found the wrong person, but it's okay. There's still time. System, what is going on? Has Bala awakened? The system is also unknown. If that's true, wouldn't we be able to complete the mission soon? I asked tentatively, so what do you want to do? Ban La blurted out, you continue to stay by Lu Nuyen, thinking of ways to get cables and plans to develop Bacton for me. This plan is very important to me. With it, I can stand firmly in Ban La. At that time I will marry you, marry the mission object. So I have completed the work of Ban La said to himself, immersed in illusions, his expression extremely excited. I frowned, feeling disgusted. She's so stupid. Luckily, I decided to give up on this mission. Otherwise, I will be disgusted to death. The system nodded immediately. That's right, go find Lu Nuyen, let's wash our eyes. I stood up, intending to leave. At this moment, the room door was suddenly pushed open. A few familiar faces, Liu's subordinates Lu Nuyen, rushed in. I looked behind them bewilderedly. Lu Nuyen's face was as cold as money, and she kicked out in midair. I stood there stunned, with only one thought in my mind, it's over, I'm about to be thrown into the sea. Can I explain? Replying to my message, Lu Nuyen and I spoke at the same time. She looked down from above and coldly glanced at Ban La. I met an unimportant person and didn't respond to my message for more than an hour. Ba Dad, do you want to write a few more reviews? I opened my mouth but couldn't say a word. Lu Nuyen waved her hand to signal the bodyguard to take Ban La out. Ban La struggled fiercely. Lu Nuyen, how dare you? I am the object of Ba Dad's strength. If he is not with me, you will die. Kneel down and beg me, I will marry him. No one paid attention to her. The bodyguard roughly covered her mouth and dragged her out directly. I asked in a low voice, will she be thrown into the sea? Lu Nuyen was stunned. Then he laughed, Ba Dad, what are you thinking? I am a law-abiding citizen. She calmly said, I will stop cooperating with Pangea. Pan Le's brothers will not forgive her. I don't have to get my hands dirty. I pointed at myself, what about me? How do you plan to handle me? Lu Nuyen pondered for a moment, let's reflect. Anyway, I'm very sad today. Why is Lu Nuyen so calm? I looked at her bewildered. Just now Ban La said those words. Lu Nuyen interrupted me, number 233. The system was confused, how does she know my number? Lu Nuyen comforted me, caressing my head, Ba Dad is no longer on duty. This time you are free. The Lu family's beloved daughter has heart disease. When this news spread, the branches of the Lu family all chuckled. Everyone secretly hoped that Lu Nuyen would die soon. She can't run or jump, can't have any emotional fluctuations, but she's extremely smart, constantly studying, skipping grades, and taking over the family business. As the perfect heir, heart disease does not cause as much trouble for Lu as it does for Yen. Only once, after university exams, on a graduation trip, did an accident occur. Lu Nuyen was harmed and fainted on a deserted road. The air is getting less and less. She wears a heart rate monitor on her wrist. The Lu family's medical team was on its way, but it was too late. She even appeared to hallucinate. There was no one on the side of the road when suddenly the silhouette of a young man appeared. He ran over. The person I need to pick up is her. Why does she look so small? Has she grown yet? The next moment, the other guy's hand was touching his neck. She was slow, firmly pressing the center of her sternum. He pressed and said, the sweat on my forehead dripped down my face. Lu is Lu Nuyen, don't be afraid. I'm a professional, I've been studying for years. Even though I haven't graduated yet, I'm already dead, but a little CPR is not a problem. Lu Nuyen looked over, her vision blurred, only seeing the boy's red face. Apparently he was alone, but Lu Nuyen heard another voice. An electronic voice, host, she is not the target of the mission, don't pay attention to her. My energy can't last much longer, we have to arrive at the right time. Van, please, how can I not care about a human life? If you don't go anymore, you won't be able to make it in time. You'll die. I'm not. Was I killed by a car yesterday? No different. I don't know how much time has passed, the sound of an ambulance arriving promptly, the sound of a helicopter landing. All sounds become clear. Just the voice telling her to try was gone. Then, she woke up in the hospital bed, clutching a button in her palm. It was she who pulled out his shirt, reminding her it wasn't a dream. Bringing a boyfriend, Lu Nuyen was not interested in these discussions. Just listened briefly and was about to leave, when I heard a guy talking very strangely. Apparently he was alone, but Lu Nuyen heard two voices. Even though she later had surgery and had a healthy heart, she still dreamed of that day. Unremembered faces, drops of sweat, and electronic voices. She had difficulty breathing again, her heart felt like it was being squeezed. Host, there is someone behind you. The boy turned his head to look at her. Years later, Lu Nuyen once again saw those eyes at close range. Lu Nuyen thought, it seems that the surgery that you're failed, otherwise I wouldn't be able to breathe anymore. Who is she? Her name is Lu Nuyen. She is the main female character of this world. She is so powerful, why isn't the object of my power not her? It's also because my skill level is too high for her. I tried very hard to find an easy target for the host. Your number is very kind. Kai Ba Dat turned away, calmly passing Lu Nuyen. Actually, I don't like irons at all. Every time I see her, I feel annoyed just because of my life. Hold on. Lu Nuyen began to attend gatherings in the community. If an iron appears, she comes because she can meet Kai Ba Dat. She calmly listened to Kai Ba Dat and the system mumble, finally understanding everything. But she couldn't bear to see Kai Ba Dat around the iron, a useless dandy. Surrounded by bees and butterflies, too dirty, not worthy of Kai Ba Dat. Lu Nuyen tried to contact the system, but at first it was completely useless. She talked to herself in her room, tried many times, almost doubting she was crazy, until she heard that she was getting married. Married to a Funi Dai. So what should Kai Ba Dat do? If he doesn't complete his mission, won't he leave this world? He will fall back into the nightmare that has tormented her for years. Her heart was filled with anger and unwillingness. At that same moment, the signal was finally connected. The system was slightly frightened and weakly asked, "Do you want me to change the target of my ability to you? Or not?" Lu Nuyen did not hesitate at all. He doesn't need anyone's power, he just needs to live freely. Your luck is indeed enough for Kai Ba Dat to complete the task. But if you lose your luck, you will no longer be favored by fate. It's okay, I don't need it. But during the energy transfer, something went wrong. Lu Nuyen only heard the system panic and say, "Energy overload." There was a blinding light and she also fainted. Waking up, time has gone back to a year ago, right when it all started. Lu Nuyen woke up in the conference room, her back drenched in cold sweat. She rushed to the location the system said and found the iron in a small alley. Her whole body was covered in injuries, lying flat on the ground like a dead dog. Without any mercy, Lu Nuyen grabbed her collar, threw her into the car, and took her to the hospital. Don't let her die, and don't let her get better too quickly. At this time, footsteps were heard from the end of the alley, accompanied by Kai Ba Dat's mumbling. "System, why did you lose connection? Where are you? Why can't I find you?" Lu Nuyen had a feeling something was wrong. Kai Ba Dat no longer has public duties. Why are you still looking for people? Without hesitation, she took off her coat and used a knife to make a long cut on her left arm. It's okay. If he wants to find someone, why not pick him up? Kai Ba Dat was a bit strange, suddenly monitoring her everywhere, sharing with her all sorts of boring little things. Lu Nuyen is very happy. It's just that the iron, the name didn't know this, appeared again. Lu Nuyen realized that iron might have remembered her past life and wanted to pursue Kai Ba Dat again. But it's okay, there's no more enforcement duty. Why would she compete with her? Even in his previous life, Kai Ba Dat did not like her. The wedding progress was paused because of Lu Nuyen told her. She was very sad, she couldn't comfort Ba Dat. I thought you really liked me, but I didn't expect you only saw me as a duty. It turns out that you and I are no different, both are people you despise and want to abandon. Lu Nuyen felt sorry for herself, her eyes were red. I feel like an ungrateful bastard. It was all my fault before, but I really like you. Don't believe it? Don't believe me. Impatient, he put his hands on Liu's face. Lu Nuyen. Look closely into my eyes, it's very sincere. You're so beautiful and so good to me, how could I not like you? Lu Nuyen lowered her eyes and continued to feel sorry for herself. Forget it, get off me. Willow is Lu Nuyen, her beautiful eyes are filled with indescribable charm. You treat me like that, so what do you want? I've sacrificed a lot. Every day I try a new position with her. Now I have dark circles under my eyes. Lu Nuyen took a thick file of documents from the nightstand. On it were written 4 words, prenuptial agreement. You sign and I will forgive you. I glanced over. Call your wife every day, check your wife's phone at least 3 times a day. I'm speechless. I really chose the wrong direction in the past. Lu Nuyen is a stalker. I took care of you like that before, don't you mind? Or not? Lu Nuyen answered without hesitation. Just thinking about how you remember me every day makes me so happy. Lu is Lu Nuyen, I have only had a wife in 2 lifetimes. Please pity me a little. Okay, I sign. Then tomorrow you can try on the wedding dress.